Welcome back, everybody, to the Even Your Dynasty show. We are back with another minor league update for your Giants. This is our June 23rd minor league update. A lot of good action still on the farm, a little bit more struggle across the board with the Giants system this week than we've seen for much of the season. But we did still get some good performances out of some guys. Across all the levels. So lots to talk about there. We'll jump into it in just a second. For those of you really quick that do enjoy the content, love these minor league updates, all that stuff, please do hit that like, hit that subscribe, share it with your friends. Love doing these every week. I'm going to continue doing these all the way into summer or into August. For those of you that are aware, there we do have a baby on the way, so I will probably be stepping away from these for a little bit on the back end of the season. But Dan or Ricky, one of them will probably take over for me and get you guys through the end of the season. I am still planning to do the members prospect breakdowns that I do a couple of every month. So keep your eyes open for that. Johnny Level will be done this week, hopefully within the next couple days. So I'm looking to try and get that video out for you all as well. So jumping right into it though, starting with AAA Sacramento, they went 3-3 versus OKC. They're now 42-30 on the season. Unfortunately, they had a shot to play for the first half championship to where they would have clinched a playoff spot like the other three affiliates. They did not. Vegas ended up winning it. So turn the page to the second half. Hopefully they can do well in the second half and try and get a playoff berth that way. But number 15 prospect, Jesus Rodriguez, he went 6 for 13, a home run, a double, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a stolen bag. Nice bounce back week for him. Number 17 prospect, Blade Tidwell, he went 4 2/3, gave up 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 7 walks, 3 strikeouts. Through 96 pitches, 55 of them for strikes. Number 18 prospect, Joe Whitman, he got off to a nice start in his outing, but unfortunately kind of fell apart from there about the third inning. He went 4 2/3, only gave up 3 earned runs, but did give up 9 hits in this outing. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 91 pitches, 59 of them for strikes. Changeup was actually nice to see. Threw a couple good changeups for strikeouts. They were good. Fastball was up at 94 to 95 at times, which was a nice sign. His velocity had been down a little bit in his first couple starts at AAA, so there were some positives there. Tugboat Wilkinson, number 25 prospect, he went 4 1/3, gave up 2 earned runs, 3 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, through 61 pitches, 41 of them for strikes. It's kind of a little bit interesting. They've been keeping his pitch count down early on since his promotion. Number 27 prospect, Trent Harris. He only appeared in 1 game, went 2 1/3 innings, gave up no earned runs, though, no hits, no walks, struck out 3. So really, almost perfect outing for him. That was a really good sign to see. He's been a lot better. I think I've mentioned this a few times. Obviously, he's been much better in the last month or so. He had kind of one hiccup in one of his recent outings, but the ERA is kind of steadily dropping. He's a guy that we could easily see get a look at the big league pen at some point this season, especially given what's gone on at the major league level. Nate Furman, he went 9 for 23, 2 doubles, a walk, 2 strikeouts, a stolen bag. Continues to be one of the most consistent performers in AAA for the Giants. Unfortunately, he's a little bit limited defensively, where he's really only suited for second base. So that kind of limits his opportunities to come up. But we very well may get a look at him at some point in the second half. A Luis Ariz trade probably going to happen at some point or another. So we might get a little bit of a look at Furman, especially if the Giants do end up moving multiple people. There's talks about a guy like Matt Chapman getting dealt or them looking for that. So if they can create an extra spot, because Casey Schmidt is likely to move back to the dirt if they move one. But if they find a way to trade both, you might get a Nate Furman signing in the second half, and that'd be cool to see. Carson Seymour pitched in 2 games, went 6 2/3 innings, 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. A lot of struggles with walks from a lot of the pitchers this week. Drew Kavanaugh, 4 for 17, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. The power's really dialed back recently, but he's still been pretty solid. really, really solid defensively. I want to see a look at Drew Kavanaugh at the major league level, hoping this second half at some point. They might be starting his clock, but if they just keep him on the roster the rest of the season, then you wouldn't be losing an option or anything like that. So it could be cool to see him. I think Eric Haas could have potentially some market for a really minor trade as the deadline approaches. Teams are often looking for a backup catcher. He's had some flashes of solid play this season, so wouldn't shock me if a team tried to take a flyer on him. Scott Bandura, 3 for 23, a triple, a double, a walk, 7 strikeouts. Got off to a nice start earlier in the week, then really kind of struggled at the tail end, as was the case with a lot of guys offensively in that Sacramento lineup. Dason Cruz, he got the promotion from Double A Richmond early in the week over to Sacramento, I should say. Appeared in 2 games, went 2 for 6, a walk and a stolen base. Good week for him. Kid can hit. Not a huge power upside, but really good bat to ball skills. Sprays the ball, line drives. Um, kind of a utility guy, can play a lot of places. He'd be a very interesting kind of bench piece for a team like the Giants. Unfortunately, they don't really use their bench that much, but a guy that I feel like has that kind of approach that could be really good hitting off the bench. Iverson Arteaga, he went 3 for 9, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Moving over to Double A Richmond, who went 2-4 versus Chesapeake. They are now 43-25 on the season. As I alluded to earlier, they already wrapped up their playoff spot. They won the first half championship in the Eastern League, so they will be playing in the postseason for Double A. Number 3 prospect, Bo Davidson, went 5 for 26, 2 home runs, 8 strikeouts, 2 stolen bags. Love seeing the stolen bases appear again. Overall, a lot of guys in Richmond, they got off to hot starts and then it cooled off. They played pretty well early in the week. Last couple days of the week, I think they scored 1 run between the last 2 games. So it was a little bit of a rough go, but hitting another couple of homers. I think he's up to 14 now on the season. Among the leaders in the organization in homers, really at all levels. Casey leads all levels, I think, with 16, but I think he's at the top of all their minor leagues. Number 13 prospect, Parks Harbor, 4 for 20, a home run, a triple, 6 walks, and 6 strikeouts. I do like seeing the 1-to-1 walk to strikeout ratio. That's always a good sign. He's cooled off a little bit with the bat, but he's not a guy I'm concerned about. I've always said guys are going to have cold weeks. It's baseball. It is what it is. No one stays hot all season, so he'll turn it around. Number 24 prospect, Junior Marte, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 79 pitches, 48 of them for strikes. Number 29 prospect, Diego Velasquez, he went 5 for 20, 2 doubles, 2 strikeouts, and a stolen bag. Feels like that's been about his line every week almost this season. Not huge power upside, but has been hitting more doubles, which has been a good sign. Just want to see the average creep up for him. Giancarlo Cio went 6 for 20, 2 home runs, 4 strikeouts. The 2 home runs to the pull side. That's something he's really done a great job of this season, is pulling the ball in the air, maximizing his power upside. Really nice utility prospect. A little bit of speed, not a burner, but a little bit of speed upside there. But he's really maximizing all his power. I think he hit 8 home runs all last season. He's already hit 9, and it's June, and he got off to a start all the way in May, I believe. He's only played like 35 games this season. Sabine Ceballos went 3 for 15, a home run, a double, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Charlie Zucconi, 1 for 20, a walk, 10 strikeouts. Quite a bit of struggles from him this week. Maui Ahuna, 1 for 17, 10 strikeouts. The lineup overall in Richmond did not have a great week, kind of top to bottom. Tristan Vreeling went 4 2/3 innings pitched, gave up 1 earned run, 3 hits, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts, 88 pitches, 48 of them for strikes. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of walks this week, kind of all across the board. Charlie McDaniel, 5 innings pitched, gave up 1 earned run, 5 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 80 pitches, 51 of them for strikes. A nice outing for him. That's a second straight good outing for him since that hiccup in his first one. Greg Ferrone made 2 starts, went 9 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, 12 hits, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. Cesar Perdomo, 4 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts through 74 pitches, 52 of them for strikes. And then moving over to the bullpen for Richmond, where for my money, a lot of the best talent is as far as relief prospects in the system. Um, Ben Peterson, 2 innings pitched. All of them pitched 1 outing. Ben Peterson went 2 innings, 1 earned run, 2 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Tyler Vogel went 1 inning pitched, no earned, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts. And then Will Bednar had arguably his best outing of the year, but 2 and a third innings pitched, no earned runs, no hits. He did walk 2, but struck out 4. And his stuff looked borderline unhittable in that outing. Just had one, walked one kind of quickly, and then another guy worked a full count, fouled off a bunch of pitches, and he just lost them at the end. Moving over to Eugene, they went 2-4 versus Tri-Cities. They also are 43-26 on the season. They also wrapped up their first half championship. Moving on to the second half for them. Number 4 prospect, Johnny Level. He went 6 for 28, a home run, 3 doubles, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a stolen bag. He's hitting 289 so far in Eugene. He's hit safely in 15 of 17 games. Already has 10 extra base hits in those 17 games. Really just impressive. I think he's up to 14 stolen bags on the year. He just does a lot of good things. He's just a really mature prospect. He is the youngest prospect. He's 19. His birthday's in March. He's 19 in the Northwest League. He's the youngest prospect in that league right now. And he is more than holding his own so far. So really promising to see from him. Number 6 prospect, Jacob Bresnahan, had his best start of the year. And I think this might be the first time I've actually seen him go a full 6 innings. I'm trying to remember last season at San Jose. He might have done it once, but he went 6 innings, no earned runs, 2 hits, a walk, 7 strikeouts, 86 pitches, 59 for strikes. And my favorite part of those strikeouts that you're probably watching right now is you get a strikeout or you get strikeouts on all 3 of his offerings. He had really good command of his fastball, his slider, and his changeup, and he got people whiffing on all of them. I think he had 17 swing and misses in this outing, which was among the tops in the league for the week. So really good outing from Jacob Bresnahan. And yeah, I mean, he just kind of showed why, to me, he is their best pitching prospect currently in the system. I think if he gets all his pitches working and he tightens up the command, I don't know if I'd throw the term ace around. I don't really go that far, but I think you're looking at a mid to front end starter. I'm a little more bullish on him than, like Baseball America and some of those publishers are. I think he's got 3 legit pitches. And I do think he's still only 20 years old. And I think there's room to, for the stuff to continue improving. I don't think he's a finished product at all with his stuff. Number 8 prospect, Dakota Jordan, 4 for 25, a home run, a triple, 10 strikeouts, 2 stolen bags. Not a great week overall, but I do want to talk about that home run for a second. Assuming the reading was correct in Tri-Cities, which they usually have like the TrackMan data and all that stuff at these places, but every now and then lower levels bound to miss one. They read it at 117 mile an hour exit velocity, which is the hardest exit velocity I can remember in years. I think maybe Luciano and Barracoto in the lower levels might have pushed something close to 120. But again, lower levels, no one really knows how accurate it is. But that's what the reading said was 117. He hit an absolute seed out of there. So that's pretty crazy. Number 9 prospect, Gavin Keelan, 5 for 19, a home run, 2 doubles, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts, like the 1.5 walk to strikeout rate for the week. Really want to see him get on a heater. It feels like he's just kind of been teetering between okay weeks, a little bit solid weeks. He's been hitting about 280 on the year. Just really want to see him go on a big heater again. But all in all, he's having a very good year at high A. Number 10 prospect, Trevor Cohen, another solid week for him, 7 for 27, a triple, a double, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Number 19 prospect, Carlos Gutierrez, went 3 for 18, another homer, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, 1 stolen bag. Feels like he's sacrificed some of the hit tool this season for some more power. Would like to see, to me, he's got too good of a hit tool to be hitting 260. A lot of season left. Would like to see that at least get up closer to, over 280. Hopefully when it's all said and done. Number 20 prospect Luis De La Torre, 4 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, 6 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, 85 pitches, 51 of them for strikes. Had a really rough one. Jacob Christian, 2 for 12, a double, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. Positive, he's been keeping the strikeouts a lot lower the last 2 weeks and drawing a ton of walks. So still finding his way on base. Lisbel Diaz had a really nice week. 9 for 24, a triple, a walk, 4 strikeouts, 2 stolen bags. That's kind of when he's at his best. That's pretty much what it looks like. A little bit of pop, lots of hits. Still not going to draw a lot of walks, but he's also not going to strike out. And he does have a little bit of speed to him. Xander Darby went 2 for 15, a double, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a stolen bag. Yancel Villarroel went 4 for 17, a triple, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Walker Martin, 2 for 12, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a stolen base. Hunter Dryden had a really solid outing, 5 innings pitched, 1 earned, 2 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, 84 pitches, 52 of them for strikes. And then Nico Mazza, he appeared in 2 games, went 9 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 4 hits, 6 walks, 13 strikeouts. So solid week for both those guys starting games. Then moving over to San Jose, who went 3-3 versus Lake Elsinore. They are now 40-29 on the season. Number 7 prospect, Keener Martinez, 4 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 7 walks, 6 strikeouts, 81 pitches, 42 for strikes. I don't know what was in the water this week for the Giants affiliates, but these guys have got to throw strikes. It has been a problem up at the major league level. It's a little bit of a problem down in the minors. There are certain guys that are less prone to it, but yeah, this team, this organization as a whole just needs to throw more strikes, plain and simple. Number 16 prospect, Argenis Kayama, did not pitch again this week. He's been out for about a month at this point. Not sure what's going on. Still no word on the injury, but I will keep updating you guys there. Number 26 prospect, Cam Maldonado, went 3 for 18, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, stolen bag. Lorenzo Miola went 6 for 24, 3 doubles, 3 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases. He's having an okay year so far. The doubles, he's been hitting a lot of doubles, which is a good sign. Still not hitting for much average. His former Stetson teammate, though, Isaiah Barquette, 8 for 22, 2 doubles, 5 walks, 1 strikeout, and 5 stolen bases. Just a great week for him. Another great week. He keeps stacking them. I do not know what this guy has to do to get a promotion to Eugene, and I understand that it's a little bit of a log jam, and that's probably why he's stuck down there. And I just think he's playing so well that at some point, Giants are just going to need to make a difficult decision on somebody. It might be someone in Richmond. It might be somebody in Sacramento, but they need to do a little bit of a shuffle to get this guy up there because he has been so good and he is far too good for that level. Junior Barajas, 1 for 14, a walk, 3 strikeouts. Damian Bravo, another really good week down in San Jose, 5 for 14, a double, 1 strikeout, 1 stolen bag. Dario Reynoso, 4 for 16, a triple, 2 doubles, 5 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases. Jeremiah Jenkins, 2 for 16, a walk-off homer on Sunday, big-time homer, triple, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Quite weak overall, but it was a really cool walk-off. Cool to see that. Cool to see Jank hyped. Always rooting for that guy. And then Jose Astudillo, who I mentioned it in the comment last week. I dropped the ball big time. Didn't put him in this update. He has earned his place in here. And I like I said, I mentioned it in a comment on my own video last week where I was like, this is like borderline offensive that I didn't mention him because last week he had a over 500 average, 1,500 OPS, 3 homers, 3 doubles, player of the week honors. He was fantastic in Stockton. And he backed it up with another good week. So here he is in the video. He's on the thumbnail. He gets all the praise. 10 for 23, a home run, a double, 2 walks, strikeout, 2 stolen bags. He's hitting 336 on the season, 897 OPS. Big time utility prospect. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Giancarlo Sio, where you can just play him all over the place and brings a plus hit tool. I think his hit tool is a little better. Sio's power is probably playing up better right now. And Astudillo's got a little bit more speed, but he is 22. It took him a little while to get out of the Dominican Summer League. He's finally kind of developed his way out of there in the complex league, and now he's in San Jose, and he's just tearing it up this season. So it's been great to see. Hayden Yachtcheck, 6 for 22, a triple, 3 doubles, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, stolen bag every week. Seems like he hits about, high 200s, bunch of extra base hits. I mean, he's just got a lot of pop. He's a bit older prospect. I think he's 24 in San Jose. So another guy that really needs to kind of get pushed up. Andy Polanco, solid week, 5 for 14, a double, 4 strikeouts, and a stolen base. Unfortunately, with the double, it should have been an easy triple for him, and he stumbled going to third, and then he ended up getting thrown out trying to go back to second. So unfortunate play, but still overall good week. And then Braden Risley, 5 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 8 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts, 84 pitches, 54 of them for strikes. Jordan Gottesman, 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 6 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts. He threw 80 pitches, 54 of them for strikes. And then Ben Bybee, 4 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, 11 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts, 74 pitches, 53 of them for strikes. Some good news, though, over on the Arizona Complex League, where number 2 prospect Joshua Gonzalez returned from his hamstring injury, I think on Friday, maybe. It might have been Friday. He returned from his injury, went 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Did not play on Saturday, though, but it was still a fantastic sign to see him back on the field. Number 5 prospect, Luis Hernandez, 3 for 16, a home run, a double, a walk, 3 strikeouts. Number 22 prospect, Carlos De La Rosa, one of the best signs so far of this week, has had a run of bad outings, but he went 3 1/3, gave up no earned runs, no hits, did walk 3 guys, but the no hits is doing a lot of work there. 7 strikeouts. 10 batters that he retired, 7 were strikeouts. So he's got great stuff. Needs to harness it. Number 28 prospect, Julian Barreto, 4 for 19, 2 homers, a walk, 3 strikeouts. And then Reggie Crawford went 2 for 11, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and a stolen base. And unfortunately left another game due to injury. It sounds like this time it was a leg injury. Hopefully it is not severe. Hopefully it is something that he will be able to be back as soon as possible. That guy just cannot buy a break with his injury luck. That's all I've got for this week. So we actually ran through that pretty quick compared to kind of normal, a little less rambling for me. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. As I mentioned earlier, I'll repeat myself. Johnny Level prospect breakdown coming soon this week. We'll be doing a live show on Thursday as per usual. Have a lot to talk about there. Hopefully we got some better baseball that we're going to get to talk about, but the Rafi Devers, Tony Vitello spat, we'll call it, the incident at first base, surely going to get talked about. The team as a whole, is it a fractured clubhouse? Is it just purely a roster issue? Is it all of the above? Where does the team kind of go from here going forward? So we got a lot to talk about there. But yeah, we'll save that for Thursday. Appreciate you all jumping in. Go Giants, and we will see you all next time.